Greetings, Divine Feminine. I'm doing Divine Femme, Divine Mask, and I just did a collective general read. So definitely go check it out if you're feeling like you need some. It's more of like a pep talk. I feel like that's what that was. But also, I feel like the collective is probably already working on it. It's probably already en route. So I don't really mind. Pep talk any day of the week. All right. Anyway, Divine Femme, please let me pick up on some of your energies. Okay, that really wanted to flip out. This pile here flipped out of the deck. That's all that flipped. So we're going to take okay, it's 3 cards exactly. So we're just going to go ahead and take them. I'm going to have Soul Forgiveness in the reverse. I have Fearless Love in the reverse and Divine Lineage in the reverse. Okay? So this is number 28, 25, and number 6. Automatically, what I'm getting from this, Divine Femme, is that you're not putting up with a whole lot of BS right about now. Like, not from your lineage, not from your lover, and not from your own soul. Like, I think you're kind of confronting a lot of things about yourself. This number 28 has 2 twins and a woman on it, and they're all like just sitting in the middle of a field naked. So there's something about needing to, I'm not gonna say protect. Protect is not the, here we've got the 7 sisters, which was actually in the general collective read I just did, but in this particular card, I'm just feeling like you need to, here's truth. You need to be like really, really kind of cutthroat with yourself about what it is that you want and where it is that you're actually at. This, I feel like there's something about this line. So, there's divine lineages right here on the table. Divine lineage is right here. And there's something about drawing the line in the sand between what is real and what is not. It is about defining for yourself what it is, where you would like to be. Do you want to sit on this side or that side? It's about making a decision. There's something you're going to have to be kind of fearless about. You're going to have to kind of like muster up some courage and do it. And I don't know, it could be something as simple as loving somebody. It could be that simple. It could be so convoluted and complicated that you're in this relationship and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't really feel that, nor do I want to endorse it for myself. So I'm just going to leave it there respectfully. The truth for one person is not necessarily the truth for another. So just make sure that you're being real honest with yourself about what's going to make you happy, what's going to make you healthy, what's going to make you feel loved and give love like at the same time, so that you have a reciprocal relationship going with yourself on that front. Like, you have to do the things that make you yourself, be your quirky self, be completely embody who you are as an individual. There's something really important about that this month, Divine Femme. And I am saying Divine Femme, speaking on this specifically. Usually readers are like, oh, no, I'm not assigning a gender. No, I'm telling the feminines out there, you're going to have to take a long, hard look at the things that are reflecting and the things that are not. If we were playing that game, that little kids game that's like, what's missing on one side that's not missing on the other. That big old ball of sustenance is what stands out in my mind. This one has a carafe of water or something to drink right next to her. And in her reflection, she does not. So just speaking on from a position of, someone who lives someplace kind of hot, the water aspect of this is ironic on purpose, I think. There's a water jug next to her, and she's gone down to the water hole, wherever that is, and she's now looking at herself through the water hole, realizing that she does not have a container. So how ironic is it that she would need this container to be full of water in order to walk away from the watering hole and still have sustenance? But at the same time, while she's sitting there, the container can't even be seen. It's the irony of the situation, and it's going to make you call into question something about you being able to forgive a part of yourself or heal a part of yourself that was otherwise, I don't think you could see it. I think it was the container of water. It was like secretly there, but you didn't have any clue. Okay? It's like the secret of water hole water. I don't know. Next one is Fearless Love coming out. This is number 25 in the reverse. This is Oshun energy, and I think you're going to have to get up and do something, which is the only reason why I think Oshun was in the reverse. I think something or some energy doesn't really want you to be all that fruitful, all that luxurious. I'm just seeing her like, laying down, enjoying her life. This is an important state for you to have, but also fearless love is not always like easy. So would you jump into a lake and save a child that was not yours? If you saw them fall in, would you do that? That is fearless love. That's the kind of not even thinking about it, just going to be of service, going to be of help, going to be human towards another human. Like if your child fell into a lake, would you want someone to help them if you weren't there? Yes, you would. So it's about reciprocation. There's something about this that's really, really crucial. It's reciprocating the love to yourself. So this is like esteem, being able to take a good look. You know how we needed to keep our awareness from the general collective reading if you watch it. The awareness needs to be there so you can tell, oh, this side of the water has a water bottle and the other side does not have a water bottle. If you can make that discernment before you go down to the watering hole, you're more likely to be able to replace that water bottle pretty quickly. Yep, here's seasons in the reverse. So I don't think you're having a season of fearless kind of or fearful love, excuse me. I think I don't think you're going to need to fear love. Look, I think you're going to be fine. But look at these two twin dolphins that are like literally jumping over the pregnant woman, right? That's what's coming out with divine lineage over here at the bottom of the deck, okay? And then we've got cosmic power. Sorry, that wasn't bottom of the deck. It was just at the time that I finished this pull, it was there. Anyway, this cosmic power is really what's at the bottom of the deck. It's number 2. And it is about your divine lineage being able to either help you or not help you at all. This is Sarah Lakali in the upright, but she's also got Yemaya in the reverse right on top of her. So the way this really came out was Yemaya is in the upright, Sarah Lakali is not. And I don't think those are opposing forces, but I do think they're different, extraordinarily different. Completely different life, completely different. I mean, this is awakening in the upright. We don't want that in the reverse. If this divine lineage can't or is not there, then yeah, keep your awakening going for sure. That's the purpose. That's the reason why a lot of people do what they do. A lot of people do what they do because they have a purpose, not just willy-nilly, not just because for the fun of it, for my health. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It just really has much more to do with taking into account that this is fearless. This is soul forgiveness and fearless love right over your head. That you can be embodied by that, and you don't necessarily need to. You don't need to know where you came from in order to understand what love feels like, or you don't need to understand where you came from or where you're going for that matter. You don't need to do all that much reflection on something that's already given. Your divine lineage might not have had the same gifts as you when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I do see a really fortunate season right here, right down the middle of fearless love that's about to come in. Yeah, look, I'm just going to show you. This was seasons that came out on top of fearless love. You're not quite there yet. You haven't won just yet, but you're at number 25. Okay. So if that gives you any idea of the progression of this thing, yeah, look. You're about to win. You're about to win this. I don't know, or receive this, I guess I could say. A whole season of luxury. Do you see that? Intuitive luxury. However, it's not quite there yet because the soul forgiveness and the fearless love need to be balanced. They have to be in place in order for your divine lineage to kind of take root the way that they need to in their own lives so that you can do so in your life. It doesn't mean you can't do so together, but it does mean that a choice is going to be need to be made about that leadership. Someone's going to have to take the lead, and I do feel like it's going to have to be you, feminine. I don't know why I'm feeling that. I just do. Yeah, this leadership is about self-reflection. It's about understanding, oh, here are the two inner children, two sides of my brain, right? That weren't getting along when I was younger, and now they are. Now the leadership is possible once the soul forgiveness has taken place. Yeah, here's physical body in the reverse. That's what I'm saying is like you're about to have physical love, intuition, like mental love, as well as like spiritual abundance. All of the above. I don't think you even have to do anything about it. Your leadership is not physical. It is mental. That's why the intuition card came out. It isn't about, I mean, you can have physical union and you might be getting pregnant soon. I don't know. A lot of people seem like they're getting pregnant. Maybe it's just because it's summertime. So you can like see people, what people's, they're wearing like less clothes or something. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that this coming together of a cosmic power and union is about to be grounded. This is number 2 and this is number 3. So that's the progression. Number 1 is right here with the seasons. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, however you want to look at it. There's something about you having look, there's 4 right under the deck. That's what I'm saying. There's a progression. I don't know how to put this in words sometimes. Yeah. Look, there's invention. Okay. It's like you need 1, 2, 3 colors to make all the rest of them on the palette, right? And if you're not able to use some of the colors, let's just say your colors are emotions, right? Let's say if I'm not willing or able to use red because I perceive it as rage, right? Or maybe purple because I perceive it as sadness or something like that, which I don't. I'm just giving an example. That would not give you a full palette to work with. If I don't have the taste buds to taste salt or sweet. I think salt is on the tip of your tongue, and I think sweet is at the back of your mouth, maybe opposite. I don't really know. I'm not proficient on the topography of tongues, but I am just saying that like your palate would be limited. Look, here's victory. That's what I'm saying is like your sensory system, if you're unaligned, then you're unaware to some degree of something within yourself. So maybe change your palate a little bit. Change the things that make you feel victorious or do the things that make you feel victorious if you're not feeling that way already. I will say a light is seeming to be shined on a lot of things right now that was also in the collective general reading. And I think you might have perhaps stumbled upon this idea of confronting self on a very primitive level, if you will. I don't know what all this means, divine femme, I'm just channeling. Yeah, boredom is here. Yeah, you're bored with the inventions, the leadership, it's almost like you're gonna have to push You're gonna have to push a little bit this month to make it. I don't think this is not about business. It's not about finances. This is not about like, I don't know what it's about, but this is about your internal development. You're gonna have to push a little bit to get past some of the blockades or the stoppages. Yeah, self-control. So this person is sitting inside himself. That's literally what I just said. You're gonna have to sit inside yourself because this many people are going to be pushing and pulling and wanting your opinion, or to influence your opinion, or to give you their opinion. You're just going to need to kind of sit in this awakening energy. This awakening is the self-control. That is literally you sitting inside of your own self. If you want to talk like Freudian or like Jungian psychology, we give birth to ourselves and then want to marry our mother or marry our father. I don't necessarily believe in all that, but I do think that there is an aspect of self-control and healing that can go into the people who watch over you and the way that you grow and develop yourself moving into the future, especially emotionally. She's standing in straight water. Yeah. So, anyway, I think that's about it. Okay. You might need to like go take yourself out into the world and be a little bit more social. There was something about business connections. I'm pretty sure it's because I just said I didn't think that was about business. But there's an aspect of life that you could use with business. It looked like when I was just flipping through randomly, it doesn't look like that this would be very risky. This is not a risky endeavor to look inside yourself. And if you are having a problem with it, then it's probably for a reason. Probably for a reason. I think I'm going to leave it there, Divine Femme. Have a good month.